Well, good morning, everyone. Sorry I didn't have any music playing. I was a little behind today. Hopefully you guys are hearing me. I'm not seeing any bars. Do you have my slide? Can you hear me? Oh, there's my bars. You guys sound all right. We're good to go. Awesome. How's everyone doing today? It's Meaningful Monday, and it's an awesome Monday. It's an awesome Monday. We have been taking an adventure into TNT, the power within you. Decide what you want. We're on chapter 9, page 111. I want to tell you guys, I had the most amazing weekend. It was my birthday on Saturday, and can you see my card? I got a little birthday card. Like when you're having a big birthday, you get a big, giant birthday card. Okay, so check this out, like it's all signed. Okay, isn't that cool? My grandkids were there. 6 out of 7 of my grandchildren were at the party. Is that cool? They all signed my card. Is that cool? I got so many wonderful gifts. Here you go. It was a fun time. We had such a fun time. I'm telling you, fun is what it's all about, right? Agreed? We can focus on the things that are wrong in our lives, or we can focus on the things that are right in our lives. What are you focused on? I want to know right now. I want to hear from you guys. I want you guys to be open and honest with me today. We are reaching to help you find your happiness button. That's what I'm on, a mission. That's my new mission in life. I decided on my birthday, Saturday, that today it begins my mission to inspire happiness everywhere I go. I will inspire more people to discover their happiness buttons. And I got to tell you guys, it makes a big difference. And, you know, Catherine, I know you're going through some things, and I can hear in your text that you're not in a very good mood about it, and you've got a pretty bad view of it, and you're feeling pretty bad about everything. And the secret in life, and have we all figured it out yet? The secret is the happiness button. When you can be happy all the time, when you can focus on abundance, when you can be in a state of appreciation 24/7, magic happens. Magic, magic, magic. And the magic happens when you find your happiness button. When you can just go, pop, I have something new to look at in my office that makes me happy. I mean, I can put this card anywhere. I'm going to find a place for it. It's going to go on my wall somewhere. It might even go right here. I might even put it on the wall right there so that I can look at it and look at these buttons. Look at, there's even buttons here. I can push those buttons and I can turn the happiness on. But you know what? That is exactly what happiness means. It is a decision. It's a decision to be happy. It's a decision to make every moment meaningful. It's a decision to just decide that I'm done with feeling like that. I get it. I know what it means to feel good. And the truth of the matter is nobody, and I repeat, nobody can make you feel good. And nobody can make you feel bad. Agreed? You may or may not agree with me. It is the truth. Shauna says, kind of backwards. People think money will make them happy, but you actually have to be happy to receive the money you want. That's right. To receive the money the way you want, to receive everything you want, you need to be happy. You need to find appreciation and happiness right now where you are. You cannot blame others for anything. You cannot blame others for your happiness, and you cannot blame others for your miserableness. You cannot blame others for anything that's going wrong in your life. Now, others may be doing things that you don't agree with. It's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about your attitude toward those things. How do you look at them? Do you get upset? Do you get ticked off? Do you get angry? Do you get emotional? Do you get sad? Do you get frustrated? I think, Catherine, you're probably feeling a little bit of all of that because of what happened with your Skype account. Am I right? And the truth of the matter is you have to stop for a moment and say, well, I'm really grateful that that's all that happened. Can someone help Monica to just let her know to refresh the screen? Randy, I was wondering if I could, I love asking people to do things for me in public. You can say no, Randy, you may be busy on Wednesday. I need someone to run Morning Motivator on Wednesday. So if you're up to that, Randy, let me know. I would love it. We're taking Wednesday off. I know. Shocking, isn't it? Absolutely shocking. Have you guys been reading through your TNT book? Have you been doing your meditating every day? Have you been doing the things you need to do to find your happy button? I need to know, because the truth of the matter is you are only going to find your happiness button when you practice. I know you'll be lost without me, but you're going to have to do without me for Wednesday. Sorry. So I'm having my aunt and uncle over, and then we'll be doing Wednesday lunch. Ooh, forgot about that, but we'll make it happen. Sid, great to see you. What a beautiful Monday it is. This is our purpose, to make as meaningful as possible this life that has been bestowed upon us, to live in such a way that we may be proud of ourselves, to act in such a way that some part of us lives on. I'm on a mission to help you find your happiness button. I get it. I get it 100%. I got to tell you guys, I'm not feeling the greatest this morning. I'm probably partied a little too much on the weekend, although I did not overdo it. The only thing I will say that I overdid was lack of sleep. And I don't know if you guys know what lack of sleep can do to you, but yeah, you play, you pay. And so my body is a little tired today, and it's not feeling the best. It's struggling, but that's okay. Yeah, lots of water. Oh, lots of water. But I'm going to tell you guys, just because my body doesn't feel, very amazing, I do. Except for right now. No, I still feel amazing. My body's not feeling amazing right now. Having some ginger ale. I got to show you this, guys. This is just, I don't know where they find this, okay? Do you ever find sometimes when you're looking for a card and one jumps at you? And my cousin got us a card got me a card, and I look at it. What does that remind you of? I just thought this was so funny, because there's me and my girls, and it's even got their hair the way it is. Oh, thank you, my love. She's got the name on here, Brenda, and then she's got Jan, and then she's got Tina. Aren't they cute? It looks just like us. Woohoo! That's our TGIWWW. Yep. What a great card. I got so many awesome cards. It was just amazing. People are so amazing. They really are. They are. I love it. I had so much fun. What can I say? I'm in that happiness mode. I wanted to celebrate my birthday in a big way, and I did. It was fun. I don't think Randy, are you out there? I'm wondering if he is out there. Decide what you want. For all of you who have this book, TNT, The Power Within You, How to Release the Forces Inside You to Get What You Want, we're on page 111, chapter 9, Decide What You Want. There is no more miserable human being than one in whom nothing is habitual but indecision. William James. Anybody here guilty of that? For a lot of people, it's a challenge to actually make a decision, because you think you've made a decision, and then you second guess yourself, and you're not really sure, and I don't really know how do I tell if it's the right decision? Oh, are you there, Randy? We can talk after class if you like. I'd asked if you were available on Wednesday morning to run the morning motivator. That would be absolutely amazing if you could. Page 11, or 111. There can be no gainsaying that once you have made up your mind to do a thing, it will be done. But the trouble with most of us is that we sidestep, vacillate, backtrack, detour, and seldom make up our minds to do what we want, or determine clearly the road on which we wish to travel. All daydreams and wishes could become realities if we kept them constantly before us and put fear behind, shoved away all reservations, ifs, ands, and buts. Again, many of us think we know what we want when, as a matter of fact, we don't. This sounds paradoxical. But if we all knew what we wanted, we would get it, provided we had that willpower, the stamina, the dynamic force, and the fight to go after it. The world is divided into two classes of people, the I-willers and the should I or shouldn't-Iers. And this latter class includes the great majority of men and women. How many times have you said to yourself, should I or shouldn't I? More human lives have been wrecked on the shoals of indecision than from any other cause. That something, the creative power within, cannot magnetically attract things to you unless it is magnetized by your decision. A magnet cannot attract in two directions at once. Its magnetic force must be centered upon some definite object. You can demonstrate this by passing a magnet over a pile of iron fillings. When you point the magnetized end of the magnet at any specific place in the pile, the iron fillings are drawn instantly to it. Move the magnet away from this section, and its power diminishes in proportion to the distance and direction. When you are pulling against yourself mentally and emotionally, you are confusing, stalemating, and even destroying your magnetic powers of attraction for the time being. An unsettled condition of mind and body can only attract unsettled conditions. It has no power to attract anything else. The great lament of thousands upon thousands of human beings is, I can't make up my mind. This is one of the saddest dirges ever to rise from human hearts, because it sounds the death knell of hope, ambition, self-confidence, initiative, and accomplishment. Anyone here said that to themselves recently? I can't make up my mind. Anyone? Are you having trouble with making up your mind on what you're going to do? I can't make up my mind. There's so many choices. I really can't make up my mind. Well, as long as you can't make up your mind, you're comparatively helpless, unable to move in any direction with assurance or with any feeling of safety and security. My mind is like an unmade bed, one woman said to me. It's all in a jumble. I'm afraid to make it up. I'm afraid to touch it. For fear I'll make it worse. I guess I'll just leave it as is. Do you wish to remain where you are now? If you do, just don't make up your mind. Unless you change your thinking, you will stay in whatever position you find yourself. Either that, or you will sink to a lower position, because nothing stands still in life. It moves either up or down. Metal rusts if nothing is done to keep it polished and free of disintegrating forces. You can't drop behind in the parade of life. You must keep going for your own sake at any age. Nature abhors anything that surrenders its usefulness. The buzzards are always waiting to do a cleanup job on forms of life that give up the struggle. Sounds pretty grim. It's not meant to be. Something has been provided to take care of everything in all the various stages of life activity and what is called death. In your body, millions of old cells are dying and new cells are being born all the time. You are unconscious of it. The same is true of ideas. As you grow in experience, you are killing off old ideas in your mind and giving birth to new ones. If you don't do this, the old, outmoded ideas clog up your mind, slow up your thinking, rust your brain, retard your progress, and eventually bog you down. If you are finding that you can't make decisions the way you used to, it's probably because you're wrestling with old ideas, old thought patterns, old habits, and desires which you can't let go of. Even when your voice within tells you to throw them overboard, get out of the rut, and get to doing what you inwardly know you should be doing. Have you come to the Red Sea place in your life, where in spite of all you can do, there is no way out, there is no way back, there is no way but through? Annie Johnson Flint. Is this your state of mind and situation in life at the moment? If this is your state of mind and situation in life at the moment, it is good. If your back is against the wall, if you've been pushed by indecision and circumstances of your own conscious and unconscious creation as far as you can go, then there is no way but through. So face reality. Reorient yourself. Reorganize your scattered forces. Make up your mind and move straight ahead. Yeah, decide then act. Make up your mind and then move straight ahead. Making a decision can be a difficult one. You can be thinking, but I have all these voices in my head. I have all these feelings. I'm not sure which is which. Anybody want to tell me what you can do to help? What can you do to help yourself come to that decision? Anyone want to help me out here? Anybody watch Super Soul Sunday on Sunday? It was an awesome talk with Russell Simmons. That's right. Meditate. Quiet your mind. Mary Owens says no. Need to come to Morning Motivator more, Mary. Meditate. The way to get an answer to anything, and I mean anything and everything, is to meditate, to quiet your mind, to let the voices go. And it was interesting as they talked a lot about meditation on the call or on the Super Soul Sunday, and you know, Russell talked about that it's hard to calm your mind, to quiet your mind, and so you have to find whatever it is you need to do that. And he discovered when he meditated that it was okay for his mind to just go wherever it wanted to go, and he just let it go. Meditation is all about allowing your mind to go where it wants to go without forcing it, without making it do anything. The answers will pop out to you. The right answers will always pop out to you. And you'll know. And you'll begin to trust yourself. The secret is taking action. Because far too often we have too many things we need to decide on, and so we don't decide on anything, and we don't take action, or we get stuck on what's been going on. Anybody here stuck on what's been going on? I know some of you are. I just wonder if you want to share with us that you're stuck on what's going on, meaning that there are things going on in your life right now that are not what you want them to be. That people are not the way you want them to be, and they're aggravating you. You get angry at situations, you get upset, you get sad, you get overwhelmed, whatever. Anything that's not good, it means that you're focused on things that are but they're real. It's the truth. It's just the way it is. I'm not making this stuff up, and we get that. And I get it when there is so much going on in your world that's negative. It's really hard to shut it out. And I'm not asking you to shut it out. I'm asking you to meditate, number one, and to start thinking of other things. That's all you need to do. You need to start thinking of little things and focusing on them. You need to look at all those things that are wrong and find the good in them. And if you need help with that, come and contact me. We can have a conversation. I will help you find the good in everything. Everything. Because there is always something good in everything. If someone in your life is there and they're aggravating you and they're making your life horrible, find something nice about them. You think there's nothing nice about those people. Well, yeah, there is. Maybe they have a nice smile or nice teeth, or nice eyes, or nice hair. Maybe they have good taste in clothing. Maybe they drive a nice car. You can always find something nice about someone. Sid says, I'm just trying to go with the flow. So Sid, what I'm going to ask you to do is work on those words, and instead of trying to go with the flow, go with the flow. It's a decision. When you try, you never get there. The more we try to get up, the more we try to get in stream, the more we try to let go of our oars, the more we try to make things better, we don't make it happen. Shauna says, I've learned that it doesn't help to get upset at things that don't work and just think of other ways to make it work. That's it, Shauna, right there. Because when things don't work, it's you know, and I know some people think, well, I didn't ask for that. I didn't ask for that to be in my life. And no, you didn't. What you asked for was, I don't know. What you asked for was indecision. What you asked for was something else. What you did was focus on the things that were happening. And your vibration, you offered a vibration through your body that attracted things that didn't work. And in order to change that, and it's a really difficult thing to do because it takes a lot of practice, but let me tell you, doesn't it feel better to be happy than to feel crappy? Isn't it worth pretending? Isn't it worth practicing these games? Wouldn't it be nice if everybody did what you wanted them to do? Claudia says, that is, I work on with my daughter and her boyfriend a lot. They are staying here for a while. So yeah, so you're having to work on yourself, right, Claudia? Because you can't change other people. So you really have to stop and do that attitude of gratitude. Sit down and write in your book of positive aspects, you know, about your son-in-law and all the things that you like about him. You play the games in this book. What's the worst thing that can happen when you play the games in this book? What's the worst thing that can happen when you think of something nice? Claudia says, the thing with my daughter is she wants me to act a certain way, and I'm not here to please her. Whoa, did you just say that, Claudia? Did those words just come out of that? Oh, wow, that's awesome. She gets really upset when I act a certain way. That's hilarious. I love this. Is that the same, Claudia? Wow, what a transformation, Claudia. Doesn't that feel good to say that? I'm not here to please you. You chose to come here. You chose this life. You chose to be in this body. It's your decision how your life goes. We can get along together. I'm going to get along regardless. Feels good, doesn't it? Oh, some of us still do. I know some people who still jump hoops for others to keep the peace, to do whatever it is you need to do. Your purpose in life is to make your life good. You know that, right? And I want you all to start thinking about being selfish. I want you to be so selfish that you giggle all day. And when people ask you what you're laughing about, just say, I'm in love with life. Find something to giggle you. And I'll tell you something, that the fastest way to get out of a situation is to distract yourself. Get a distraction. Do something. Just right at that moment, just stop and be distracted. I don't know how you're going to do that for you. For me, I just go tell Dawn I need to be distracted. Let's go and have some fun. Let's go do something that's fun. Let's just have fun. If you're on your own, you need to find something. Go and tickle your furniture. Go tickle the papers. Go read a book. Go listen to something that's going to make you feel good. Put some music on and dance. Happiness is a decision. Decide and then act. Let's read a little bit more. Many men and women have reached the seeming limit of their endurance, only to find new strength awaiting them in their hours of desperate need. And once they reached a positive decision, once they've said to themselves and mean it, I'll face it, I'll see this thing through, there's no 11th hour too late wherein that something, the creative power within, cannot be magnetized by right thought and right decision and give you the strength and wisdom to pull out. God spoke to me in my great moment of need. Thousands of grateful men and women have testified. They mean that they finally were driven to call upon their God-given inner resources after trying everything else and failing. And the inner power, which they might have used all along, answered their summons. Yes, Thomas, nature is wonderful. Thomas says, I go to the park and spend time with nature when I need a distraction. There's nothing better. And you know, if the park isn't nearby, go outside wherever you are and be one with nature, wherever that nature is. If all there is a tree or a bush or a flower or a piece of grass or a weed, go and sit and be one with that. It is part of you. Nature is awesome. Don't make the mistake of thinking that you can ever succeed by using your conscious mind alone. The egotist likes to pretend he's done it all himself through sheer willpower and physical force. He pats himself on the back and says, look at me, I'm a self-made man. But let this egotist suffer a setback in business or his private life and watch his ego deflate. He goes around with his hat pulled down around his ears, his chin stuck down in his coat collar, his eyes staring at the ground, mumbling to himself, "I can't understand how this could have happened to me." Oh yes, you can get somewhere on your own physical drive by conscious covenants, manipulation, a cleverness of wit, deceit, and it's who you know philosophy. But what you gain by force, you eventually lose by force. You have no staying power. Someone else using the same dog-eat-dog tactics kicks you off the road or steamrollers you. Maggie, I'm not sure what browser you're using. Are you on Chrome? Firefox, IE? I just find Chrome is the best for me, and it seems to be the most stable these days. I don't know. The internet's fun. So when you gain by force, you eventually lose by force. You have no staying power. Someone else using the same dog-eat-dog tactics kicks you off the road or steamrolls you. Then because you've misused your real powers within, did you get that? Because you've misused your real powers within, if you used them at all, you're lost. For the first time in your life, perhaps, you're scared. You have no more faith in the methods you've employed to get where you were, and you have little or no faith in the fellow man or in God. The world is a pretty barren place, and you are the most barren creature in it. Worst of all, your confidence in self and everything else has been so shattered, you can't decide what to do about it. Stop bemoaning your fate and get wise to yourself. I think we'll continue with that tomorrow. Just want to remind you before we just chat about this for a moment is that you can only have two choices, right? You only have two choices. You can go up or down. You're on Chrome. Yeah, so it could be just your internet, Maggie. I'm not really sure. Yeah, I'm really loving this book. I mean, it just fits in with everything else we're talking about, right? It's being said differently and a little more directly. Would you agree? This is being said a little more directly. It's really getting at you and saying, like, dude, ain't no one else there to blame for your situation. No one. And no, maybe you didn't ask for that. You didn't ask to be in this situation. You didn't ask for that debt. You didn't ask for those people in your life who aggravate you. You didn't ask for those occurrences. You didn't ask for those situations. You didn't ask for the weather. You didn't ask for anything. What you did was offer a vibration that was in alignment with all that. Do you get that? That you've been focused on not feeling good. And that's what attracted things to you that don't feel good. I just want to know if you get that. Doesn't mean you're perfect at it, but do you get it? Do you get that things are not right in your world because you're focused on things, you're focused on offering a vibration that isn't right? So it may not be on that subject, but it's a vibration that is not a happy one. It's a negative vibration because you're focused on how you don't feel good. Even though it's true, I mean, we're not saying that nothing of this is true. We're not saying that, okay? It's true, all that stuff is happening, but that really doesn't matter. None of that matters. This too shall pass, and if you want to change all of that, you have to change within. Yes? Like Tamara says, the more I listen and read and play the games, I'm finding this to be so much easier, and because you're seeing the evidence because you're playing the games, and you're starting to see the evidence of it because you're starting to give a vibration it matches it, and you start to get it, right? You're going, oh, okay. That's right, Jenny. That's exactly what I'm saying. Because you're focused on all the rubbish in your life, you are going to get more of it and more of it and more of it, and it will never stop. And it will only stop when you stop looking at it, and when you focus on what you want, and when you go into your daydreams and you go about and you find your happiness button and you say, whatever that is that's going on is not about me, and it will change. Hello, Butler. What do you want, Butler? He's putting in his 2 cents too. You guys got to be, And it's a hard concept to wrap your head around, trust me, okay? There was a day in my life when I had to look in the mirror and say, I'm responsible for where I am, and if I want to feel better, I need to feel better. I can feel better. I need to take care of me. Me, 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 me. Nobody else is responsible for making me happy. If you take everything away from me, everything, if you were to destroy my world tomorrow, I would find a way to be happy in where I am, that I was still there, that I had another chance to start over, that if you took everything away from me tomorrow and I never had a penny, I would start all over. Yeah, like Tamara says, she used to focus on all the crap in my life. But now that I changed that, I'm happier. Because you're focusing on things that make you feel good, right? And it all started with Tamara when she started tickling papers, doing a job that was not exactly fun. We found a way to make it fun. For Shauna, she's in school, doing schoolwork and working at the same time, and she's a busy, 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 busy woman. And I know a time when Shauna was focused on all the things that just were not right in her life. My goodness. And it was just getting worse and worse, and it just seemed no matter what she did, it was just worse and worse. And once you recognize that because I'm focused, and I love the way you said that, Jenny. So you're saying that because I'm focusing on all the rubbish in my life, I will get more of it. How does that feel? Does that make sense, Jenny? And how about, Jenny, if you played a game and started focusing on what's right? I know that Tamara played the money game the other day. She went and took $100 she didn't have. I repeat, she went and took $100 she didn't have that she needed for something else, and she took that out for 24 hours and put it in her wallet, and she went about and spent it virtually because she could buy this. That's, she got $100. She can spend it. I took that $100. I could go spend that, and I could buy that. Oh my goodness, that would feel so good. I love that purse. I could buy that. I could go buy those boots. She spent $100,000 that day. And then did you put your $100 back in the bank, Tamara? I bet you did, and you went and paid something that felt good, didn't it? Abundance. Jenny says, I have days when I can find the happiness button and days when I just can't. And so on the days when you just can't, Jenny, those are the days when you need to have your support team around you. And I recognize those days. Those are those deep, dark days when it's really hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And it's your decision to stay there. And if you say, I can't do it, then you can't. But understand that you're making the decision to stay there. You can, you absolutely can play a game. You absolutely can decide that you don't want to be there and that you recognize this is just a physical depression and I don't like it and I'm feeling really crappy and I just hate it when Janet tells me to just go reach for that stupid happiness button. I'm going to reach to that computer and I'm going to slap her because I don't feel like playing no bloody games right now and I'm bleh. But you know what, my friend? That's the time that you really need to reach out and let us distract you. Come in the group and say, I feel like crap today. I'm at the lowest I can possibly be. It's okay to say that. And we'll just remind you, you can tickle yourself. Deep depression is very hard to get yourself out of, but you can, okay? I know you can. I'm living proof. I'm living proof that you can get yourself out of it by deciding to get yourself out of it. There were days I had days. Even being with this wonderful man I'm with, okay? Can you even imagine that I've had a dark day being with Dawn? But it had nothing to do with Dawn. My dark days had nothing to do with Dawn. They had everything to do with the thoughts I was thinking about the crap in my life that used to be there, that wasn't there anymore. And yet I focused on it. I can see that now. I focused on all of it. Every time something came up, my buttons got pushed, and I was getting down further and further and further and having to work really hard to dig myself out of it. And then I found tools to life. And my life has changed. Because I was given the tools to help me get out of that depression. And I look at the time and we're just nattering away here. I think it's an important conversation though. Would you guys agree? We're going to do some general well-being today. You guys are awesome. You really are. I just love you more than I can say. This is a very, very selfish call that I do every day to be with you guys. I sometimes think that I get more out of this than that any of you ever could. I bring together, I attract people who want to find their happiness button. And I know you do too, Jenny. That's why you come. And you're going to have your darn days. And I can promise you, Jenny, that the more that you come and the more that you play the games, the less you will see those dark days. I can promise you that. Feel the love. General well-being. We'll be back here in 15 minutes. Enjoy. A lot of loveliness, wasn't it? How do you feel? So one thing I can recommend, Jenny, that number one, you have to decide you don't want to feel like crap anymore. And then number two, even when you feel at your worst, stick on one of these meditations. Even if you don't really want to listen to it, just stick it on in the background. It will infect you and help bring you out of that that state. And it's, you know, it's all about using the tools we have. If you're doing Tools to Life, it will help you. All these tools are going to help you. And at the end of the day, remember, you're surrounded by friends and love here at Morning Motivator. We're here to help you. And there goes the sound again. Yeah, poor Claudia. She always loses me when I come back. Well, I'm going to bring up a video for you guys to enjoy. One of my online friends shared it with me. It has a nice little catchy tune. I think you might enjoy it. And Randy, I'm going to catch you on Skype. Watch for me there. You guys, have yourselves an amazing day. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning. I love you.